United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Mr. Zebley, roll call, please.
Mrs. Ellis?
Here.
Mrs. Denny? Mr. Twistle?
Here.
Mr. Hackman?
Here.
Mr. Tinsley?
Here.
Mr. Jones?
Here.
Mr. Mansell?
Here.
Mr. Arnold?
Here. All right. 2.01 is approval of minutes. Motion is to approve the minutes of the June 21st, 2023 special board meeting. Do I have this motion?
Second.
Questions or comments? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. 2.02 is the invoice listing. Motion is to approve the invoice listing from June through July of 2023. Do I have this motion?
So moved. Second.
Questions or comments? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. 2.03 is the treasurer's report. Ms. Ellis.
PennDelco School District Treasurer's Report for June 2023. As of May 31st, 2023, PennDelco's balance was $34,676,834. During June 2023, the local, state, and federal revenues totaled $4,387,036. Disbursements were issued in the amount of $10,288,350. As of June 30th, the 2023 PennDelco's current balance is $28,775,521.
Motion is
Motion
approved.
to approve the treasurer's report for June 2023. Do I have this? So moved.
Second.
Questions or comments? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Number 3, announcements for the public. Tonight, the board met in executive session to discuss personnel and litigation matters. Any comments by members of the board? Sees none. Items for board information and discussion. We don't have any. Nope. Number 6, comments by members of the public on agenda items.
Superintendent's report?
Sometime.
July. Happy to start that.
I'll look for CFS.
Would you like to say back in July? All right.
No, I'm kidding.
All right, page 2, items for board action, starts on page 2, goes through page 3, ends on page 4. I would like to note that on page 2, there was a typo. Rationale for the hiring of Daniela Shallow should be Patrick O'Brien's resignation, not Amanda Potter. Right. Okay, so with that, references the PennDelco budget 2022 through 2023. PennDelco's budget from 2023 through 2024, the Act 93 plan, PDEA agreement, the PDESPA agreement, PDSSPA agreement, the PA School Code Section 1108B. Administrative recommendation to approve all personnel items as presented. So I have this motion.
So moved.
Second.
Questions or comments? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. So tonight will be a consent agenda for 7.03 through 7.17. Does any board member wish to remove an item from the consent agenda so we can vote on it separately? All right, with that, I need a motion for agenda items 7.03 through 7.17. Please note that all contracts, preparation, and solicitation of bids are subject to the review of the approval of solicitor. Do I have this motion?
So moved. Second.
Questions or comments? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Number 8, comments by members of the public.
That's me. Guess I'm the only public here. Do I need to hit something here?
There should be a button up there that says talk on it. There you go.
Noreen Tarr, 3345 Bancroft Drive. I'm here again about, pardon me, the school noise issue. I want to say for 14 years, there was software where that whole system, that whole HVAC system went on at 7, and went off at 5, and weekends it was shut down. That was 14 years. 3 years ago, everything changed. I can't even sit on my own patio to read a book, to eat, to say a prayer. That thing is going like the hammers of hell all day, all night. Never a minute, not a millisecond is there silence in that place. Never. Never. The whole weekend it ran. All day, all night. 24/7. From Friday on. I'm getting no sleep. I'm fighting cancer, and I've been for a while. Every morning, 3 o'clock in the morning, I'm up. I'm sitting outside. I'm up from the noise from that boiler room and air conditioner. Well, the air conditioner's in the boiler room. Then you have the leaf blower, compressor noise in that unit that nobody even looks at. There is supposed to be insulation on that wall. Maybe it was put in 2006. You can hit it right now, it flakes right off, turns to ash. That is your soundproofing in that chiller. There's barrels lined up, rusted barrels with lids. God knows what's in them, but they're still there. Who goes in there? Nobody. I can't live in my own house. I've been there 53 years. I can't live in my own house. My hearing is gone. And I addressed that with Steinhoff and you years ago. When this first started, in 2020 this first started, I brought it to you. There was 12 meetings. Nobody did a damn thing about this. Now my hearing is gone in this 1 year. And it's from that. They had generator checks twice a week for an hour a day. They would shut the air conditioning down. These checks would go on twice a week for an hour. And they were loud. And then the one time it did break down, the generator broke. Nobody showed up. So what the hell good were the checks for? Nobody showed up. I had to call the police. The police contacted somebody because the whole system shut off.
We have a 3-minute limit, but thank you for your comments, and appreciate you coming.
Can you do something about it? Can anybody do anything about this?
I don't believe there's anything that can be done.
Yeah.
No. So I'm supposed to live like this? I'm supposed to live like this? Now tell me, would you live like this? Would you live like that? None of you would. It would be stopped as fast as
I
it
live
all
next door
get
to a
out.
bar, so I do live like that.
You live, yeah, but guess what? A bar turns off at 2 a.m. This never turns off. It never turns off.
Yeah, let me clarify, particularly for our new board members. This is a matter that the administration and the school board has been involved in for many years. With Mrs. Tartt been bringing it to our attention. We've always been sympathetic to the concerns, so we hired a sound technician, mechanical engineer to come out and do an assessment of that system. And we specifically had asked, is the system running and creating levels of noise that are inconsistent with what would be expected? And a report came back and said that the system is creating a level of noise that one would expect from a school HVAC.
Oh, come on, Dr. Steinhoff. I've been in that house all those years. This noise never happened. This never happened.
This is not the platform for a discussion or argument.
come on.
Dr. Steinhoff is explaining to the new board members what we have done in the past to try
Well,
and
guess what?
rectify the problem.
Let me tell you one other thing. The other time this happened, they sent the engineer to my house to hear it from my house when that software got put in. Did anybody come to my house to listen to what I'm hearing? No. They stood at the fence line.
So we understand the challenges. Mrs. Tarr lives behind the school. And I live near a high school in Delaware. There's sounds from a high school that I get, that I live there. And we recognize that people who live near schools are going to hear the sounds of schools. What we wanted to be sure is that if there were things that we could do to mitigate the sound, that we do those things. So there were some recommendations about some tweaks and some things, but largely the response from the sound engineer was that the system was operating as would be expected. That doesn't mean that I'm here to disagree with Ms. Tartt. She does live behind the school, and the HVAC system for that school is adjacent to her property. That's correct. But what we wanted to make
100
sure was
foot.
that, is there anything that, according to an expert, we basically said, is there anything that we can do to mitigate the concerns for the resident? And they said, you've done everything. The system is running normally, and
Well,
that's been our challenge.
Let me say one other thing. On Springdale, the commissioners just had a meeting a couple weeks ago about the trucks that were backed in and the noise was going into people's houses. They're putting a sound wall up, and I'm 100 foot from that mess, that cluster behind me. They're even further. I mean, granted, they have trucks, but they're taking care of that issue for the people so that they don't have to be exposed to this inside their homes. The one lady said her daughter can't even go in the house. And that's how it's getting. I can't sleep. Now, isn't that an issue?
So years ago, there was a request to have vegetation and evergreen plant put in to help put as a sound buffer. And then there was a request to have them removed. And so
There was no request to have them moved. The request was to get the vines off the tree. Don't lie. Somebody came in the Kubota and plowed them down. Now it's all open. Code enforcement even suggested to you 2 years ago that ought to be padded because there's all the noise is coming here. It's coming from the ground too. There's sound that's coming through the ground. Nobody seems to know sound in this place.
So we checked that because the concern that was raised with us was that sound is emanating from the ground. So we had that, and we did not get any results from sound emanating from the ground. We checked that as well. So, but again, what's important to me is that the district is being responsive to the concerns that come in. I wish it could have been resolved to the satisfaction of the resident. So far, it has not.
Tell me why for 13 years it was quiet. Tell me why for 14 years we had a 7 a.m. on and a 5 p.m. off and weekends off. Tell me what happened.
Yeah, I don't recall a 14-year period in which this hasn't been a
Dr.
matter.
Steinhoff, I used to go to your office and tell you
That's what I mean. It's
that,
always been an
that
issue.
please, can you shut it down at 5 because somebody forgot to do it? And you would do it. And you would help me out because somebody forgot to turn it off. What happened? Why in 2020 we all started this 24/7 stuff?
Well, we certainly can have facilities go back and look and make sure that it's going
First,
on what it's supposed
well,
to
let me
go.
say this. First, I heard it was a sweating gym floor. Then I heard it was mold. And I spoke to Brian one time briefly going in, and he said, we have wood in there, so that's why we have the air running. Well, I would venture to say every church and house in this damn township has wood. Do we have stuff run? There's nobody in Aston that's running noise 24/7 all day, all night. No business, no anything. No church, no nothing. So why are you? Tell me, why?
Any comments by members of the board?
Tell me why you have to do this 24/7. I need an answer because this can't go on anymore. I can't sleep. I'm getting sick. I'm fighting cancer. And I need all this rest. And I've had it. I've had it up to here. I've had it for years now. And I'm at my fill because I'm sick. And I'm not taking it no more. I am not taking it no more.
I understand, Mr. Stark. The challenge for us is that the experts who know the HVAC system tell us that it's operating
Why don't you
properly.
get a second
There's
opinion
nothing
on
to
your
fix.
experts?
We spend tens of thousands of dollars on experts.
from Maryland. Why didn't you come to Pennsylvania? It's your state. Why'd you go to Maryland to get an engineer? Albany.
All right, future meetings, August 16th, the study session here at 7:30, and August 23rd is a business meeting here at 7:30. Motion for adjournment.
So moved.